Hello everyone, this is Sweta from Atu's Online Study, and today I'm going to give you presentation on Administrative System of Kirat. Here I'm going to give you my presentation on Kirat Place and People, the Regime of Kirat, Kirat Civilization and Culture, Kirat Administration System, relationship between central and local administration. Though this presentation is based on curriculum prescribed by TU of Nepal for MPA second semester, I believe that it is going to be helpful for those who want to study history of Kirat people. Kirat. In ancient Hindu scriptures, Nepal is referred as the Kirat Desh or the land of Kirat. Kirat are primitive tribes who has been mentioned as brave warriors. According to various manuscripts, Kirat ruled Nepal before Lichavi dynasty. Kirati king Yalung or Yalambar came from eastern Nepal, defeated Bhuvan Singh, the last king of Avir or Mahishpal dynasty, and ruled Kathmandu Valley. This event is believed to have taken place in the final phase of Dwapar Yuga or initial phase of Kali Yuga or around 6th century BC. Kirat Place. In ancient times, the entire Himalayan region was known as Kimpurusha Desha, meaning Kirat Pradesh. The area between the Sunkoshi and Tamakoshi has been regarded as native area of Kirat. In the map of Nepal, we can see location of various ethnic groups in various parts of Nepal denoted by various colors. Areas shaded with orange denotes a residing area of majority of Kirat. From map, we can see that Kirats seem to reside at the northern east area of Nepal. Kirat people. Kirats were indigenous ethnic groups of the Himalayas extending eastwards from Nepal to India, Bangladesh, Burma and beyond. They are Mongoloids with stout and short structure, high cheekbones, flat noses, narrow black eyes and thin mustaches and beards. In Sanskrit literature, they were mentioned as hunter tribes from Himalayas. They were very brave. There are different groups of Kiratis and they are Himalayan Kiratis, Tibetan Himalayan, Karachis of South Asian region. The Kirat people include Limbu, Sunuwar, Yakha, Rai, Devan, and few segments of Bahing, Kulung, Khaling, Bantawa, Chamling, Thulung, Jerung and other related ethnic groups. Kirat regime. Kirat ruled the valley about 1225 years. We can find description of 32, 28 and 29 Kirati kings according to Gopal genealogy, language genealogy and right genealogy respectively. When Kirat occupied valley, they made Matatirtha their capital. Yalambar. Yalambar is regarded as the founder of Kirat monarchical dynasty. He was very brave. He had established the Kirat regime by defeating Bhuvan Singh, the ruler of Mahishpal dynasty. It is also believed that Yala, the old name of Patan city, was named after him. He extended his kingdom from Tista in the east to Trisidi in the west. He has also been made related to Indrajatra, a popular carnival of Kathmandu. The head of Akash Bhairav, which is located in Indrachok, is worshipped as an idol of Yalambar. Some sources of Nepal also stated that Yalambar as a king having some essence of Mahadev, Lord Shiva. Humati was the 6th king of Kirat dynasty. He has been mentioned as Hunti in Nepal genealogy. He is regarded as Kirati king, contemporary to the period of war of Mahabharata. Legends are found that during his reign, a war was fought between Kirat-faced Mahadev and Arjun. Here we have the clip.
मैं अंतिम बार कह रहा हूं तुझसे कि तू लौट जा, अन्यथा मैं शिव की आराधना के समय किसी और की हत्या नहीं करना चाहता।
तू हमारी हत्या करेगा मूर्ख? 100 जन्म लेकर भी हमारी हत्या करना तो दूर, तू हमारा
We can see that Kirat Humti turns. We can see that war happening between Arjun and Humti.
जिसके मन में शिव के प्रति दृढ़ श्रद्धा होती है, वो अवश्य विजयी होता है। प्रभु भोलेनाथ,
Jitidasti. Jitidasti is another remarkable Kirati king who has been regarded as seventh in the sequence of Kirati kings by language genealogies. We can find the context of visit of Gautam Buddha during his period, but according to evidences, Gautam Buddha has never been to Kathmandu. But Ananda, one of his disciples, had come to Kathmandu to preach Buddhism here. It is also said that he helped the Pandavas in the battle of Mahabharata. Stunko. According to right genealogy, he is regarded as 14th king of Kirat dynasty. According to the genealogies, it is found that Ashoka, the emperor of Maurya, had come to Nepal during his reign. During his reign, evidences were found that Emperor Ashoka visited Lumbini and Kapilvastu. He also built Ashok Stupa. Ashoka sent people to various countries to spread Buddhism. He has built 4 stupas in Nepal. Patuka. He is the 28th king of Kirat dynasty. In spite of several attacks by the Somvangshi ruler from the west, he successfully repelled their attacks. He was forced to move Shankhamul from Gokarna. He had built a royal palace called Patuka there for him. There is demolished ruins of Patuka Palace in Shankhamul. Patuka had changed Shankhamul into a beautiful town. Gasti. Gasti was the last king of dynasty and was overthrown by the Somvangshi ruler Nimisha. It brought to the end of the powerful Kirat dynasty that had lasted for about 1225 years. After being defeated, Kirats moved to the eastern hills of Nepal and settled down, divided into small principalities. Their settlements were divided into 3 regions, which are Kirat to the east of Kathmandu, Majhi Kirat to the central Kirat region, and Palo Kirat to far east of Kathmandu Valley. Kirat civilization and culture. The long rule of Kirat manifests that they were strong and well-organized people with good social, economic, and administrative system. Later, their successors, Lichavis, also gave due importance to their legacy. They exerted great influence not only in the valley but also outside in the eastern region. Society. Kirat enjoyed a free and open society. There was no gender discrimination. For facilitating justice system in public, they established law courts at many places and effective laws to deal with crimes and offenses. Language. Kirat language belonged to the Sino-Tibetan family of languages. Religion. Kirats originally worshipped nature. They worshipped the sun, the moon, rivers, trees, animals, and stones. Paruhang and Sumnima is their primordial deities. Hinduism was introduced and imposed on the Kirats only after the conquest of Gorkhali rulers. Kirats were quite tolerant and liberal to other religions, and therefore Buddhism flourished during the Kirat rule in Nepal. Buddhism has enkindled a new interest and attitude among people. They have two main festivals, and they are Sakela Sakewa, Ubhauli during planting season, and Sakela Sakewa, Udhauli during the time of harvest. Trade. Nepal had trade link with India, Tibet, and China. Nepali businessmen carried out trade with these countries. Nepal mainly exported wool, woolen goods, timber, and herbs. In Kautilya Arthashastra, Chanakya has mentioned that Nepali blanket had a big market in Bihar, which was called Magadh. Business. More people were engaged in business than in agriculture, as trade led to more of financial prosperity. This led to the migration of people of different racial regions. These people merged into the main national stream and developed a healthy feeling of nationalism. Development. Kirat had built many towns like Sankhamul, Matatirtha, Thankot, Khopse, Phatgaon, and Sanga. These were prosperous cities with dense population. Thus, it can be safely said that the Kirat period paved the way for further development. Kirat Administrative System. Kirat Administrative System started from 900 BC to 300 BC. Kirat rulers used to rule with the help of customary law based on traditions, socio-cultural values, and beliefs. Polity. Kirat established democratic political system. There was a monarchy with democratic system. Official language. Thousands of years ago, Sanskrit had been the official language, but not authentic. Kirat had their own language and script. Mapchok Kuther is some name of some office in their own language. Central administration. So their central administration consists of three things, and they are king, which is called Hang in Kirat, ministers called Tumyang in Kirat, and council of states called Chumlung. King. The king used to run the entire administration of the country from his royal palace at Gokarna. The royal palace served as the central secretariat and had its influence throughout the territory of Kirat kingdom of ancient Nepal. The king was the head of the state as well as the government, exercising all executive, legislative, and judicial powers, and also controlling the entire socio-cultural and religious affairs of the society. The kingship was based on divine theory. The king was considered as a representative of the god. Kirat king did not rule arbitrarily. They have to follow the traditions and beliefs. Kirat rulers used to take keen interest in the welfare of the people. Kirat king Potu Khad undertook several public welfare activities such as construction of roads, temples, rest house, and development of market areas. The people also highly respected the king and showed their loyalty towards the king. Ministers. Ministers called Tumyang in Kirat language were appointed by the king. They used to assist and advise king for state affairs. Council of Ministers. The Kirat ruler had a council of state called Chumlung, which played an important role in the Kirat administrative system. It was composed of the following bodies: Council of State comprise the king, also called Hang, ministers, also known as Tumyangs, high-level army officers, also known as Thaktumba, and two other elected by king, also known as Padangs. Presumably, the king used to be its chairman, and major function of Council of Ministers are to advise the king, provide information to the king for making decisions on major state issues, formulate policies on different aspects of national life, and enact rules and regulations. Guiding principle of Kirat administration consists of relationship between central and local administration, military organization, administrative and judicial affairs, taxation policy, and some social and religious affairs. Relationship between central and local administration. Administration was largely based on principles of local autonomy. Central administration covered mainly defense and foreign affairs. In case of external invasion, all the tombs, that is, a cluster of villages under the guidance and leadership of the central government, had to fight unitedly against the invaders. The central government had to take tombs' consent to sign a treaty with any foreign country. Heads of tomb enjoyed large extent of autonomy within their area of jurisdiction. Their functions were to maintain law and order and settlement of disputes of the local people. Military organization. It was compulsory for every 12-year-old male Limbu to receive military training and be recruited as a soldier, Taksua, once they are 18 years old. One military supervisor, Thakpewa, is appointed for each village having 300 soldiers. High-level army officers Thaktumba command 5 military supervisor Thakpewa or 1500 soldiers. Thaktumba has right to appoint and dismiss any supervisors and soldiers. Administrative and judicial affairs. Primary function of judiciary was to maintain peace and security. Violence was considered sin, so creating violence led to severe punishment. Some punishments were: rebels were expelled from the country, sexual relations, that is, incest, was crime and hence were expelled from the village and forced to live into cave. Thieves were punished by forcing them to keep their hands in hot boiling water. There was provision of death sentence as well. Judge was selected on the basis of his knowledge. Taxation policy. Every person had to pay 1/10 of the production of his land. Taxes were imposed on sale, production of the forest. Policies on social affairs. Policy to increase the population of Limbu. Kirat had strong military system and they need to recruit more people to strengthen the army. They adopted policy of increasing population. Non-Limbu people were to be brought into the Limbu people. Those people defeated by the Kirat were also be converted into Limbu group and were all allowed to settle in cultivated land. Limbu men were allowed to marry non-Limbu women. Marriage. Marriage was either arranged marriage or elopement, but forced marriage was prohibited. Marriage is formal after bride's family pays certain amount of money termed sot to government on behalf of the bridegroom. The marriage without payment of sot is called kosa, or regarded as children without father. Such children would not inherit parental property. The Council of State could legalize the marriage on the petition of their father. The village headman had the authority to register the marriage. The deputy headman would be the witness to such marriage. Divorce. There were 2 types of divorce. If husband divorces on the ground of wife's immoral character, it's called kemong, and if wife divorces on the ground of husband's immoral character, it's called nazong. The divorced wife would be considered as unmarried lady. With the end of this presentation, I would like to inform you that information I presented about Kirat has been extracted from these sources. So, it was a pleasure for me to present knowledge I've gained via a TU's online study. More of the high school educational videos are on the way for helping you learn in an interactive way, so do press like button, share button, and subscribe button. Do leave your valuable comments in comment box to help us improve our weakness and continue our better sides. So, thank you.